Welcome to EP Daily. May the 4th be with you. We are celebrating the International Star Wars Day with a trip to a galaxy far, far away, starting with the rundown.
Plus, Jose gets his hands on the latest Star Wars collectibles from Hasbro.
And then we review the new video game based on Star Wars Rebels. Also coming up, we speak with the developers behind the new strategy game Star Wars Commander, take a look back at the classics Rogue Squadron 2 and Knights of the Old Republic, and much more today on EP Daily. Brought to you by EB Games. I'm your host, Victor Lucas, bringing you the latest in everything cool every single day. I was going down to the Tashi station to pick up some new power converters, but I decided to pick up a rundown instead. Here we go. Fans of the animated series Star Wars Rebels might want to keep their eyes peeled the next time they're in Mos Eisley or Bespin. Speaking with fans, producer Simon Kinberg has confirmed that characters from the show can cross over into the upcoming live-action Star Wars movies. He hasn't said if they will, but creating an interconnected Star Wars universe is very important to Disney. Star Wars Rebels is the first big entry in the studio's expanded Star Wars universe, where all the shows, movies, games, and comics are considered equal parts of the growing canon. Star Wars Rebels already has several comics and novels, but we'll have to wait and see if the heroes pop up in The Force Awakens or any of the upcoming Star Wars spin-off movies. In the meantime, we'll have a review of a new Star Wars Rebels video game later in the show. Let's take a quick break from all the Star Wars for a second. The highly anticipated platformer Mighty No. 9 will finally launch on September 15th, 2 years after its record-breaking Kickstarter campaign. The game is produced by Mega Man co-creator Keiji Inafune and clearly has a lot in common with the classic Mega Man games. It's a 2.5D platformer where players take the role of a cute robot boy out to take down other robots that have gone rogue. You'll acquire new abilities and upgrades as you defeat each boss, and you'll have the freedom to determine what levels you want to tackle and in what order. Kickstarter backers will get an extra level with a new playable character. The extra content will also be included in the retail versions of the game, but anyone who buys the downloadable versions will need to pay extra. Some fun stuff to talk about today, and a fun person to talk about it with, Marissa Roberto. Mighty No. 9, are you excited for this game?
Well, I've never been a Mega Man fan at all because I'm sorry, I'm throwing it out there.
I think we have to take your license away.
No, you know what, Victor Lucas, this is just not something, I've just never been a fan of his because, let's face it, those games are really tough.
They're very, very hard,
They're really tough, and every time I fail, I just feel like throwing whatever I'm holding, and I don't want that kind of stress in my life, which is why I avoided it.
The origin of the controller throw was in an original Mega Man game, right?
Exactly.
I happen to love the Mega Man games.
Okay.
I'm not especially great at them. Mega Man 2 I hold near and dear in my heart. I'm also a huge fan of Keiji Inafune. I'm a backer on Kickstarter, actually.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you're a
Full disclosure, yeah, on Mighty No. 9. But
so
it
you are
feels
excited.
like it's taken forever.
That's tough, being a backer with these things. You have to wait a really long time, and you just feel like, is it ever going to happen? And I guess there's some reward now, right?
Yeah, there is, and you get some extra content, and I think, it looks fantastic. I think they're taking their time to make it really a wonderful experience.
Sure.
And it's very tough, I think, right now with all of these, marquee developers that have spun off and tried to create their own things. And Keiji Inafune has been in the news recently because he's had another project canceled, and I think there's a lot of emphasis now to turn this into a monster hit. So we'll see. My fingers are crossed. I have high hopes. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure, I think, too, with keeping the quality of the first season of Star Wars Rebels up as the show keeps going, especially now that we're going to see live-action Star Wars again. Do you think they should cross over? Do you think?
I love when they cross over. I love that because it really gives fans of each thing something to hold on to, something more, and you feel like, oh, you're in on that because you know those characters. I love that.
It's only been the other way, though. We've only seen cameos from Star Wars characters from the movies and the animated stuff. Would you like to see Chopper on the big screen?
For sure, because I feel like I know this character. I've been watching him now, so to jump into live action, my God, that would be so great. And I love the reward of being a fan of these things. I love that now we get to have this reward. So I'm excited about this.
Well, it is amazing that Star Wars, can be for the very young, and it can be for the mature fans that have been around for a long time.
Yeah, so it's okay. We like watching animated things, whatever, cartoons, we're into it.
And I think that the universe is broad enough that it can be a little more comedic, a little more sort of child-friendly, and we can have some of these cartoon-type characters appear on screen.
Yes.
Who knows what's going to happen here? It's going to get interesting.
I'm excited. I'm also excited for more Star Wars talk. I think we've got some of that, right?
Yes, we do. We've got Star Wars talk right now with Jose. He's looking at the Hasbro toys from Celebration.
Hasbro has been working on Star Wars things for a whole long time, and they've always come out with some of the coolest stuff that I have seen. Tell me about some of the things you guys have now and some of the things you guys have coming out.
Yeah, sure. So we have a really great line of Rebels products out right now. We have all our action figures for Star Wars Rebels, like the Inquisitor's lightsaber, Ezra Bridger's lightsaber, and we're really excited to get into the fall and start putting out product for The Force Awakens.
Chewie, we're home.
You're known for putting out such cool Star Wars products, but there's so many other Star Wars properties now that you can attach that to. You got animated series, you got new movies, you got video games. What is that like, getting to create things for all of those?
It's sort of like drinking from a fire hose right now. It's a great problem to have because, I mean, like you said, we got the movie, the comics, the novels. It's great because it's always been a huge world. You know, we're always going to do the older stuff, the classics, but now we have just this volumes of content that we can go after, and the fans love it all, so we're going to continue to look at all of it and create product for it.
Knowing the fact that you guys might even put out products for the movie, but even before the movie, is it cool to know that you might be the introduction of some of these characters to people who are buying these figures?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely a possibility, and it's awesome. I mean, you know, we're all about bringing your favorite characters to life and bringing them home. You can play with them and pose them. There's such great characters from the past, and now it's like almost an unlimited with all these new movies coming out and all this new content.
One of the coolest things, especially about the new trailer for the new movie, was you have this guy with his Claymore lightsaber, which is awesome. He's got a lightsaber here. You guys have these lightsaber building things over here with like 6, 7 things coming out of them.
Yeah.
That might blow people's minds. How crazy can I get building my own lightsaber?
You can get as crazy as you want. I mean, that's it. Like Kylo Ren, the Inquisitor, Ezra. I mean, all these incredible new form factors coming out really inspired our Blade Builders line. And what that is every single lightsaber in our system this year connects together. So kids can buy across the line, and they can really create whatever lightsabers they want. Like Jedi and Sith have been building their lightsabers for years. Now, whatever your fighting style, your mood, if you're Jedi, Sith, or something in between, you can create a lightsaber form. And you can literally create hundreds of lightsabers across the system. So you just can customize to your heart's content.
Thanks to Hasbro, you're telling me that I can take over the galaxy all by myself?
All by yourself.
With Star Wars Risk?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we have new Star Wars Risk on display here. So it's our Black Series version, and it's awesome. And we're always looking to take some of our gaming properties and wrap them around Star Wars. We have Risk. We revealed this Loop and Chewie game as well a couple of months ago, and we're going to have an awesome gaming line coming this fall.
Dang, Jose's getting all the goods on Star Wars.
You're not the only one jealous of Jose's Star Wars adventures. We'll have more from Admiral Fubar after the break. He's taking us into Star Wars Commander.
It's a trap.
Your actions were noted, mercenary. The Empire would find your skills useful.
Welcome back to EP Daily. You know, lightsabers are always a huge draw in the Star Wars universe.
Duh, that's because they're the penises of Star Wars. But on a subtler level, there is also lots of intelligence and forethought in Star Wars.
Yes, true. So here's Jose now with the devs behind Star Wars Commander with their forethought and intelligence.
Vital medical supplies are being hoarded off-world at a cartel den. For this mission and some others, heroes of the rebellion will assist you.
There's nothing quite like the sensation of being a Star Wars commander, and luckily with the game you can become just that. Now, the game came out a while ago. What changes are you guys bringing to the Star Wars Commander universe?
Yeah, Star Wars Commander came out in August, but we're bringing in a whole new headquarters level with a new sonic cannon turret and a whole new event type that players can play.
Now, for those who might not be familiar with Star Wars Commander, can you explain a little bit about the game itself and how it's different than any other Star Wars game out there?
Star Wars Commander is a combat strategy game where you start out on Tatooine as a smuggler, but you build up your base, and eventually you have to choose a side. You're going to fight for the Rebellion or the Empire, and then you rise through the ranks to become a battlefield commander. It's a free-to-play game available on mobile devices, so you can play on your iPad, your iPhone, your Android phone or tablet, and on Windows.
Your actions were noted, mercenary. The Empire would find your skills useful.
From the Lucas side of things, what kind of input do you guys have in the game?
Well, we worked super closely with Nate's team all throughout the development for almost 2 years now. We're very highly integrated not only in the storytelling piece, but what we're trying to do is really bring an authentic Star Wars experience to our fans. So that means working with them on what locations do we go to, what iconic characters that might be included in the game, iconic vehicles, but also bringing brand new characters that are being introduced into the Star Wars universe for the very first time.
What is it like trying to piece all of these things together to make sure that everything everything is, you know, authentic to the Star Wars universe, and that you can, in fact, introduce things into this world that other people might not be familiar with, but still hardcore fans will.
Well, the game is actually set between episodes 4 and 5, which is a really great time period where we have access to all our iconic heroes. Nobody's frozen in carbonite or down in the belly of a sarlacc during that time, so it's a great time to allow the players to use Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and experience all the iconic vehicles they would know, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Y-Wings, to really have a full, robust, and meaningful Star Wars experience that they expect.
Very good. You're weirdly comfortable using lightsabers. And listen, that was a great story. And let's stay in the Star Wars universe and review something.
Yeah, here's me and Vic with Star Wars Rebels Recon Missions.
Star Wars Rebels is officially a hit. A second season is on the way, and if you've been looking for a video game out there to plug into your fancy new console at home, there isn't one, but there is an iOS and Android game. It's called Star Wars Rebels Recon Missions. It's from Gigatar, who I think brought us the X-Men Days of Future Past game that we reviewed not so long ago on the show. They're an Ottawa-based company, and I think they've taken a noticeable step up with the quality and fidelity of the experience. Similar kind of design. It's a side-scrolling action platformer, but everything is a little bit better tuned here than it was with the X-Men.
For sure, definitely. They've come a ways, for sure, in developing for us iOS gamers, and I do enjoy jumping into a game like this and having everything so seamless and easy, and I love how the opening sequence was so lovely as well. It was just so easy to get into because, of course, I love the show.
Yeah.
So I knew these characters already, and I'm happy to play with them and play as Ezra because I think he's so great, and you really are controlling him here, but you can unlock other characters for
a price. Yeah.
Everything in this game is great until it comes to the wall where you have to pay for something.
But this is a different paywall than it normally is. This isn't a free-to-play, hook you on, and you can keep buying all kinds of stuff.
What do you think you're doing?
I thought that I could accrue coin because you can in these freemium games, and if you grind, you can get through it. But there's you get to the wall.
I like this model. This is the shareware model. I opted for the $5 that it cost to unlock Sabine, the Mandalorian, the Boba Fett-like character, and also Kanan, the Jedi guy, because then you got control of the lightsabers and you can drop some bombs. In addition to Ezra Bridger's crazy slingshot, his wrist slingshot thing that he's got.
I love it. I do love the weapons here, and I love when they discover you and they shout things at you. I love, honestly, all the audio in this game is fantastic.
Yes.
Really well executed. I love that.
This is a restricted area.
This is a solidly made game.
Okay, so maybe worth the $5 and change, but there's also other things that want you to pay. There's also other things in the game after you pay that want you to keep paying.
Yeah, games will always have their hand out now.
We are under attack. Under attack.
I know.
That's the way video games are these days.
Why? I want this to be pure. It's from Disney. Let me just believe in you. Stop asking for more money, man. You have enough.
I applaud the team, though, at Gigatar. I think they've done a really nice job here. I'm giving Star Wars Rebels Recon Missions an 8.5 out of 10. How about yourself?
Gets a 7 for me.
It's not a trap! It's not a trap!
Okay, Akbar, just calm down. That's pretty good, though, actually. Don't go anywhere because we've got Knights of the Old Republic after this.
Hey, Casey. Hey, Mike.
Welcome back to EP Daily. There are interviews like the one I did recently for Guitar Hero Live that are just mere interviews. Then there are some other interviews that, even as they're happening, are something pretty special. Here's Vic talking to the original creators of Knights of the Old Republic.
Hey, EP's here in Edmonton, Canada. I'm standing with Mike Gallo, who is the producer from LucasArts, and we are at BioWare talking about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is the Star Wars RPG that we've been waiting forever for. And Mike, you're going to tell us all about it today, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to take you through a bunch of the different aspects of the game, talk a little bit about the story, talk about some of the really cool things that you can do.
Awesome. Well, let's start off with talking about the story in this game. This isn't Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca that we're talking about, right?
No, the game is set about 4,000 years before the time of the movies, so it's set in a really cool, unique time period that we've never really been able to explore. So, you know, we don't have to worry about dealing with Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Our character can be, you know, the main bad guy or be the ultimate good guy. Your main character is created by the player at the very beginning of the game. The other main character is a female Jedi named Bastila, and you'll meet her in the storyline. You'll get to see how she integrates into that as well.
Now, in terms of the gameplay, is it like a turn-based role-playing game, or is it closer maybe to like an action-oriented, like a Zelda-style role-playing game? What kind of gameplay are we talking here?
The combat system is very unique in that it is rules-based, but it's done in real time. Okay. So it is governed by a set of rules and statistics, but it's played out in the game in real time. And you'll get to see all this amazing animation happen and get to see stuff that looks like you've seen in the movies, right? But it's being governed by a rule system.
Obviously, Star Wars is a very familiar thing to a lot of people. What are people going to see in Knights of the Old Republic that they're going to sort of remember about Star Wars?
Well, one of the really cool things in the movies is the lightsabers. So we've focused a lot on that in the game, and we spent a lot of time really researching and doing a lot of cool animation and stuff for them for the game. So I'll show you the lightsaber combat lab. Hey, Casey.
Hey, Mike. We're just working on some of the lightsabers here for the game, but the lightsaber is a very dangerous weapon, so we've got the guys trying them out, and we're going to see some of the combat moves right here. We need some Bacta and a droid hand to the lightsaber room. Stat.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, I think so. I think everything's all right in there, actually.
Everything's okay?
Yeah, why don't we go look at the blaster range?
Okay.
And we have Greg Zeschuk, who's one of the co-CEOs and executive producer on the title, actually in here testing out some of the weapons.
Awesome. Greg! Greg! Greg!
Hey,
easy there, buddy.
Yeah, sorry there, Vic. How's
what are
it
you
going?
doing, man?
I was trying out the Zabrak disruptor cannon. Here, BioWare, the designers, programmers, and artists are figuring out all kinds of cool weapons to add to the game, and this is just one of them.
Awesome. Do you have like one favorite gun?
Yeah, there's a Mandalorian heavy repeater. It's like one of those big chain guns that shoots blaster bolts, and you can upgrade that. There's a specialized one you get that's really just, there's blaster bolts flying everywhere.
Awesome. Well, it's obvious to me that you need a little more practice, so I'm going to let you get back to that, and we'll catch up with you later, man.
Yeah, thanks. No problem.
Okay, take
Bye-bye.
it easy. What else you got, Mike? Something a little safer, please?
Wow, is this your spaceship?
Yeah, this is my baby, the Ebon Hawk.
This thing's awesome, man. Is this how you're getting home?
Yeah, I'm taking it back to LucasArts.
How do I get one of these?
You don't.
Bye, Mike!
Woo! Bravo, Victor Lucas, bravo. And listen, we can't show you the review of Knights of the Old Republic because Tommy gave it a ridiculously low score. Way to go, Tommy. Instead, here's the review of Rogue Squadron 2. Guy in the back who pushes all the buttons, push the button now.
Woo! All right, so here we are on the forest moon of Endor.
Yeah.
Because we're in a Star Wars episode.
Okay.
Where we're talking about Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2 for the GameCube.
This is going to be the one game that saves the GameCube this year.
Absolutely. This is the reason why I'm buying my GameCube. It really is the closest we've ever come to playing a Star Wars movie. And one of the things that I like about this game more than anything is that the graphics are so good, the developers have actually been able to recreate and redo scenes from the films with the game art.
The music was really good.
Yes.
But the one thing about the music for me was that sometimes they used MIDI music.
Right.
And other times they used music from the film. Now, I could tell. Could you?
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, the orchestral stuff sounded way better than the sort of synthy orchestral stuff.
Yeah.
You do get to fly all kinds of cool vehicles from the Star Wars movies.
Every
You've got
one.
A-wings, B-wings, Y-wings, X-wings, the Millennium Falcon's in there.
Yep.
All kinds of hidden stuff. I felt that the space missions are done better in other games like the X-Wing series. Even still, I highly recommend Rogue Leader. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Right, I give it a 9 even.
9 even.
Little EP side note, Tommy's transformation to look like a young Mark Hamill is almost complete. Congratulations, Tommy. And listen, TQOD is coming up next after these messages.
If you want more EP, go to our website, epn.tv, for bonus content and full episodes. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to EP Daily. It is time now for our Twitter question of the day. This one's from our old friend Kyle Chenard at Mr_Precision. Hi, Kyle. He's asking, why do gamers complain about remastered editions but never complain about Game of the Year editions? What is the difference?
Yeah, what is the difference, Victor Lucas? Explain to the people.
Well, remastered means it's a game from a previous console generation on new console tech.
Yes.
And that sort of started to happen in a big way with the PS3 and Xbox 360 playing older games from the previous gen.
Yes.
And that's happening now again with PS4 and Xbox One, and somewhat with the Wii U as well, where stuff is being remastered and repurposed that was already playable and fun previously. A Game of the Year usually just comes on the same console tech, and it collects all the DLC and all the extra doodads.
Right, which is what I like. I like getting it all in one package.
Yeah.
It's just good for the people out there that haven't actually purchased that game before and they want everything on one, which is why I do like the Game of the Year editions.
Yeah, and I think complaining about remastered, I mean, it's great. Remasters are great if you've never experienced these titles before, and everybody should play Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, for example. But I think when you buy these new machines and these new high-powered game systems, you want the latest stuff. You want the latest tech that takes full advantage of what the horsepower is capable of.
You
Yeah.
gotta push it to the limit.
Good question, Kyle. Hey,
Always.
remember, you can ask us questions, you can get caught up on the show, and a whole lot more, all at EPN.tv.
We've got more coming for you in an upcoming episode of EP Daily, including our review of I Am Bread.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
EP would like to thank its sponsors, Nintendo, Xbox. EP's mobile coverage is brought to you by Gameloft, makers of Dragon Mania Legends, which you can play for free right now.
So what we need to do is control the piece of bread by using the left and right bumpers and left and right triggers, and that can be very difficult, especially when you have a certain amount of time that you need to get to one place to the other, but also you can't be on the floor for very long because the dirtier your bread is, the less edible it is, and then you just can't win the level.
So the object of the game is to make your bread more edible and to not get it dirty.